Did high-ranking New Mexico workers break the law by making up their own rules on how to spend your tax dollars?
As News 13's Lizzie Mitri reveals on special assignment, questionable contracts with the state sparked an independent audit to find out.
I think it's a big deal.
I think that the public does deserve to know that.
Lawsuits can be costly, and New Mexico may not have been getting the best bang for its buck, fighting cases where state workers are accused of wrongdoing. Here's General Services Cabinet Secretary Ken Ortiz.
This is public money, and when cases are assigned or goods or services are purchased without a valid contract, that's a big deal.
Every time the state gets sued, the Risk Management Division with General Services has to defend that case. But with so many cases and so few lawyers, the state also has contracts with dozens of outside law firms to handle the workload. And some of those contracts are now raising eyebrows after the new administration came in and looked them over.
There were 25 case assignments assigned to outside counsel that didn't have a valid contract, and this was in 2018. Prior to this administration.
It was in the last year of Governor Susana Martinez's administration. Ned Fuller led the General Services Department as Cabinet Secretary, with Director Laura White Davis heading up its Risk Management Division. This is White Davis in an interview with KRQE a few years ago.
Anybody at any time can walk into a courthouse and file a lawsuit against the state.
She didn't want to talk to us on camera for this story, though, and neither did Fuller. The two were in charge when, instead of opening up the competitive bidding process to law firms throughout New Mexico for new contracts way before the old ones expired last June, they simply extended old contracts for a little more than a dozen law firms to take on new cases piling up. That's a move that has people taking a closer look to see if it violated the state procurement code, which is supposed to prevent waste and corruption when spending public money.
The procurement code was instituted to make sure the public gets the best value for its tax money, to make sure there is competitive rather than rigged bidding, to make sure that contracts are awarded on the basis of merit rather than on the basis of favoritism or nepotism.
Former Senator Dee Dee Feldman is a longtime advocate for ethics reform, pushing for the state's first ethics commission.
We should be transparent, we should be honest, and we should be responsible to the constituents.
In this case, emails show Fuller and the state purchasing agent at the time said everything was done openly and within the law. Specifically, this section that allows automatic contract extensions for firms to finish cases they were assigned before their contracts expired. They zeroed in on a couple words at the end of the statute, though, that refer to, quote, any applicable amendment. They argue changing when the contracts expire is an amendment, and they can assign new cases to those firms after their original contracts would have expired. But in a scathing November letter News 13 obtained, the Department of Finance and Administration criticized Risk Management's egregious and misguided interpretation of the law, saying no procurement would ever be needed again under such a reading of the language. The result is absurd. The department called for an end to it, saying otherwise it would, quote, consider the practices, in addition to their clear illegality, willful. The law says anyone willfully violating the procurement code with more than $50,000 of public money is guilty of a fourth-degree felony. This involved at least $109,000, according to the current administration's review of the records. And a few months ago, the current state purchasing agent did find this broke the rules, violating the procurement code.
I believe it is a lot of money. The citizens of the state of New Mexico should be concerned about this.
Now the state says it's hiring an independent auditor.
I think the department is really acting properly here by asking that there be an audit done to see exactly whether there was great harm in this action of the previous administration or whether it was just a technical error.
On special assignment, Lizzie Mitri, KRQE News 13.
The people in charge at the time of the possible violations are not working for the state anymore. Laura White Davis actually moved on to become risk management manager at the city of Albuquerque. We first contacted her about this story in March, and she abruptly resigned from her position with the city last month.